You are looking live inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. This is Game 3 of the 2024 Mann Cup, the series between the Victoria Shamrocks and Six Nations Chiefs, tied at 1 game apiece. Mark Perry and Pat Gregoire will have the game for you upstairs in the ILA. Daryl Smart will have interviews during the intermission. And Pat, for a series that has had no shortage of storylines, well, we got ourselves an even bigger storyline here tonight. A couple of big additions for the Victoria Shamrocks here for Game 3.
Yeah, just when you thought the Mann Cup couldn't get any more juicier, we've here just moments, pretty much, before second warm-up happens. We heard rumblings, but it is come true that the WLA and the Victoria Shamrocks did, in fact, win their appeal, and Mike Messenger and Will Malcolm are now eligible to play in the Mann Cup, effective immediately. That means both of them are in the lineup here tonight for Victoria.
And you take a look at what that could mean for this series. They're two game changers. Let's just put it that way. There's no other way to say it.
That's the perfect way to say it. Will Malcolm was the WLA MVP. He just coming off an unbelievable breakout season, a career year with Panther City Lacrosse Club. And then you flip on the other side of the floor, you get a guy like Mike Messenger, who's one of the best all-around lacrosse players in the game. Game changer might not even describe what the Victoria Shamrocks just got in their lineup.
Packed crowd. The anthem has just begun. We'll take it to that, then the Haudenosaunee anthem, and then the smoke dance, and then we'll get set for Game 3. And we are getting set here for game number 3. The Six Nations Chiefs and the Victoria Shamrocks doing battle for the Canadian Senior A National Championship. The Mann Cup. Starting in goal for the Six Nations Chiefs, they're going back to Doug Jamieson, who played in game 1, as him and Warren Hill play flip-flop as they have done all season. The two of them, it's been 1A, 1B. Why change here at the biggest stage of them all here at the Mann Cup? And it looks like it is going to be Chris Origlieri getting the start for the Victoria Shamrocks. Got pulled in game number 2. No surprise, he's been their ace, and he's going to go back in net tonight.
Yeah, we saw him get the chain, get the yank. Cam Dunkerley came in, actually played quite well, but Chris Origlieri, I know during the regular season, was flip-flopping with Dunkerley, but once the playoffs begun, and especially in that first series, he really took over, won that spot. But we're seeing the Chiefs hold true. Doug Jamieson, let's not forget, I know he earned the loss in game number 1. He still managed to have 42 saves in that defeat.
You see Mike Messenger at center. He's going to take the ball drop here with Jeremy Thompson, and this is a big portion of this game that you bring in and Mike Messenger in with 69.9% on the draw with New Westminster this past season.
He's a great face-off player. He's a guy that can pretty much do it all. Play a little offense. He's a beast on defense, can run transition. Truly a Swiss Army knife for Victoria.
The Rocks will start off with the ball. Over to Peterson. Peterson juking around, gets it over to Will Malcolm. The WLA MVP, there's a shot taken by Jesse King. It's going to be blocked in front, and the Chiefs will take over with Steve Priolo moving up the floor. Eli McLaughlin had the first 2 for the Chiefs in game 2.
Yeah, much better effort from McLaughlin in game number 2. Had a couple of electric goals early on. Saw him a lot more engaged offensively. Just the embarrassment of riches on that offense comes through. Not everyone can have a great game. I mean, we even see a guy like Larson Sundown out of the lineup here tonight.
Yeah, just that one change. Larson Sundown out, and Tyler Biles comes back in. Cole Pickup, he had a pair in game 2. Gets it to Wilson. Casey Wilson taking a look, gets it to Malcolm, or rather Marshall King, and he rips it wide. The shot clock is not moving whatsoever. And here come the Chiefs back the other way. Justin Martin leaving it here for Brian Cole.
So with Sundown coming out, expect to see Cole playing a little more of an offensive role on that left-hand side.
Cody Jamieson in behind the net. Up top for Smith. Smith can't get around his man. Cody Jamieson winds, shoots, looks for the 5-hole, but Origlieri stands tall. Trent DeChico, top prospect in the upcoming draft. Backhand pass here for Wade. Dallas Wade will have to retreat, get back to center, and he'll just go off for a change. Fresh legs on here for the Rocks. Ripped there by Malcolm. He goes wide, and that'll go all the way down and in front of the Victoria bench. I know they're all professionals, Pat, but I'm wondering what chemistry gets developed when you bring in 2 guys that not only you haven't played with all season long, but you did battle against all season.
Yeah, you know what? Lacrosse is a tight community. A lot of these guys have played with each other or against each other at some point. Definitely Malcolm, might take him a little more to acclimatize himself as an offensive player. Mike Messenger, defensively, it just rely on your communication, rely on your instincts and athleticism.
Getting a chance there, and there's a save made as Wardle is denied by Dougie Jamieson.
And great loose ball pickup by Malcolm. That's one of the underrated things about his game. He's such a good loose ball retriever. He plays well with the ball in or out of his stick.
Wardle inside. Malcolm shot saved by Jamieson.
Malcolm just completely out-muscling Justin Martin there.
Cody Jamieson with a shot. He goes low, but it goes wide. Picked up here by Dane Smith. Into the corner, back for the captain, Jamieson. Cody pushes off Messenger. Gets it inside, trying to find Longboat, but he couldn't get a stick on it. Priolo in the corner now. 6 on the shot clock. Smith looking, shooting, he rips it wide. And rebound's going to be scooped up here by Victoria. A little bit of end-to-end to start things off here in game number 3. Still no score. Peterson looking for some space. Tries to get around. Suffocating defense by the Chiefs. There's a shot. Was blocked. Biles will scoop this back up.
Really thought the Six Nations defense last game stepped up their play, their intensity. They were blocking shots. They were uber aggressive, really getting out on hands, challenging Victoria's offense, looking like they're picking up where they left off last game.
Backhand pass there by Stotts. It'll go to the near side. Taking a licking there was McLaughlin. He still has it, trying to get inside, and he's pushed into the crease by McLean. And they renew some pleasantries in the crease. Casey Wilson on the near side. Holding on to it, taking a look. Up to the other side, finds Malcolm. Malcolm back in for Wilson. Up for Jesse King. King looking for some space. 6 on the shot clock, takes the sharp angle shot. It's going to be denied. And bounces to the far side here for Brad Cree.
That was one thing last game. Talked about how good the defense was. A big reason Brad Cree coming into this lineup. He's such a big presence back there, but he's a calming presence. He plays aggressive, likes to challenge, come out, but he's just so steady back there.
Lyle Thompson, he's been steady throughout this series. Leads the Mann Cup with 10 points. Ripped there, it goes off a body. And here comes Denton McDonald, but doesn't have the numbers, so he's got to pull back.
Yeah, smart play by Denton McDonald. Gets the break up, picks up the loose ball, recognizes nothing there, gets to his offense. McDonald, another one of these prospects that's going to hear his name called next Sunday, or I guess I should say this Sunday, and NLL draft creeping up.
It's coming quickly. Here's Jesse King. King trying to find his man in the slot. Nunco can't get a stick on it. And the horn's going to go with the shot clock expiring. Cole up the floor here for Six Nations. Holds on to it. Looking for a bit of space. Gets it to the far side for Smith. Back in here, ripped wide by McLaughlin. Although it looked like Origlieri got a piece of it, it reset the shot clock. Shot there by Randy Stotts right into the equipment, and Origlieri will hold on.
That's one thing I thought Victoria did a much better job in game 1, was giving up the shots that Origlieri wanted to see. They didn't overextend themselves. They still managed to play that high-pressure defense, but just in game number 2, Six Nations really exposed them being overly aggressive with that ball movement, not seeing it early on here in game number 3.
Wilson with a shot, he's denied again. The whistle's going to go, though, and there's going to be a holding penalty coming here, and Tyson Bell cannot believe it. He is still arguing with the official as he goes to the box.
And Bell and Andrew Eccleston, one of the officials for tonight, still having a conversation before he's even reporting that holding penalty. Special teams has been so big, as we'll get another look here on that hold. And I'm not quite too sure what Tyson Bell's arguing there. That's a clear hold. Read a call by the officials.
First power play of game 3 going here to Victoria, looking to open the scoring. Marshall King fakes it, gets it in to the corner. Wilson has that taken off. Recoups, though, and gets it back to Jesse. Jesse holding on to it, takes that shot, it goes wide. No refresh on the shot clock, so they got to get that one off, but they're just going to take the line change and get some fresh legs on.
This penalty kill by Six Nations is so strong. They can roll out multiple guys, but when it's their number 1 unit with those big bodies, you mentioned it last game, they don't have to really get aggressive. They're so rangy. They can pick off passes, get in lanes just by using their big sticks.
Cody Jamieson, short-handed. Just killing off some time, finds Lyle. Lyle Thompson going into the corner. Pressure there, and into the boards he goes, and the whistle's going to go, and they're going to call Messenger.
It looks like it's going to be Messenger for that illegal cross-check. Victoria's bench not pleased at all, and I think they may have a case. That looked like it was just a hard hit up against the boards. Again, they got a much better look. Andrew Ecclestone, veteran official, definitely can see a lot better than we can up here from the ILA press box.
Now 4-on-4 here for the next 50 seconds. Dane Smith over for McLaughlin. Can't get it cleanly, but he gets it back. McLaughlin inside shot as he was knocked to the ground. I believe that was Shane Jackson, and he just missed. A little bit of extra floor to work with. You have to assume that might even be advantage Victoria with the speedsters that they have. Peterson for Malcolm. That one's intercepted there. Great job by Brendan Bomberry knocking that ball loose, but Victoria will keep the ball. Marshall King with a shot. It's ripped wide. Rebound scooped up here by Steve Priolo.
You would think that it's an advantage for Victoria, but with the defenders that Six Nations can roll out, the athletes that they have, they can match the speed. Brendan Bomberry, mentioned it a ton of times. He played offense for the last couple of years with Georgia. He's going out the back door, and man, oh man, I think the Georgia Swarm might think about rolling him out the back door this year because he's been phenomenal this series.
That one just misses McLaughlin on the pass. It's a power play now here for Six Nations. It'll be scooped up, though. Victoria will move up the floor.
Yeah, just a little bit too carefree there by Six Nations. Really nice job by DeChico and Jay to get aggressive, recognize how lackadaisical the Chiefs were on that power play. See how much more time they can chew up here.
DeChico shoots, he scores! The Ohio State alum gets things started here for Victoria. A short-handed goal. It's 1-0 Shamrocks.
You hear that noise, Mark? That's GMs across the National Lacrosse League etching Trent DeChico's name higher and higher on the draft board. This guy was a top prospect coming into this series. He has continued to elevate his game and show off why he's such a dynamic force on all aspects of the floor. The Buckeye just absolutely rips a bomb from the outside to give his team a 1-0 lead.
Still 10 seconds left in the power play here for Six Nations, looking to tie it. Cody Jamieson will hold on to it. Holding on to it there is Brendan Bomberry to Jamieson, back to 5 aside. Holds on to it, tends the shot. It goes up high, and here come Victoria, back to 5 aside. Messenger on the near side. Messenger looking, takes a shot. That one's blocked in front. It'll go into the screen. And now he and Bell having words and a couple of hacks.
And that's one thing, Messenger, not only his skill, his IQ, a lot of grit comes into the lineup when you add him back there. He's not going to back down from anyone.
Dane Smith over for Nunko Thompson. Lyle Thompson with it, takes a shot, stopped there by Origlieri. And one thing that we even talked about going into game 2, the amount of grit that was added by the Chiefs from game 1 to game 2. There's some grit going from game 2 to game 3. Long shot there, Marshall King in transition, couldn't get it on net as he moved right in front of the crease.
King 7 goals in this tournament. He had the sock trick in game number 1. Game number 2 just held to 1 goal. It's not often you see Marshall King miss from that close.
Lyle Thompson finds Cole. Cole gets knocked down. The ball is loose. And here come the Rocks back the other way. Bennett Smith. He and Nunko were chucking knucks in game 2. Dallas Wade will slow things down. Fresh legs coming on here for Victoria. Under 10 minutes to go in this first period. Marshall King, long shot right in on goal. Stopped by Jamison. Rebound. Player was stepping in the crease. The whistle's going to go, and here come the Chiefs back the other way.
Seeing Marshall King start to uncork it a little more this game. Thought he was a little trigger shy in game 2. That was mostly due to the fact that I thought Six Nations took a lot of his time and space away. They got to get back to doing that.
Shot there by Smith. And it's going to be Victoria. It's going to be the Chiefs getting the ball back here as it rolls all the way back across center. Shane Jackson twisting around, getting away from Adam J. Smith looking in tight. There's Jackson's shot. He was knocked down. Ho ho. There's a bit of physicality for you.
Bit of physicality. Here we go. Some transition. And we get the call from the bench.
Yeah, there's going to be a power play upcoming here.
I think assist from the Victoria bench for the too many men call. Legal substitution.
Jesse King for Peterson. Peterson looking, shooting. That one's blocked in front by Lyle, or rather Jeremy Thompson. And here comes the call. It's going to be Cody Jamison that will sit and serve this.
Big opportunity for Victoria to extend their lead. Both teams' power plays have been so lethal.
A flashback to Friday. You know, Victoria's got that keen eye for the space right in front of the benches. I believe you saw a few of their personnel measuring a lot of the different sides. Here's Casey Wilson. In for Marshall King. Backhand pass, shot. That was a hopper. Got past Jamison. It goes in behind the net, and he recovers. Tyson Bell will calm things, go to the bench, and leave it here for Travis Longboat.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time until Clark Peterson can tickle Twine here. He's had so many opportunities in this series.
Shot scores! Shane Jackson goes 5-hole. 1-1. Both goals shorthanded.
Special teams just so huge in this series, but here tonight, it's not the power play, Cook, and you mentioned it. Our second shorty. This one's a little bit of almost like a set piece as Jackson comes through, gets that seal from Longboat coming across the wrong side of the floor. Jackson, anytime the former MVP of the National Lacrosse League gets that much time and space, he's probably going to convert.
The Limestone U alum gets the Chiefs on the board. And now there's a penalty going against the Victoria Shamrocks. It looked like Malcolm was walking too, but it's going to be Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson going to get called for the trip. So a huge, huge swing of potential momentum could come here if Six Nations, who their power play has been electric, but they're going to have to wait as it's 4-on-4 for just about another minute here.
There's a shot by Lyle Thompson. It skips wide. Actually, it looked like Origlieri got a piece of it. Got a fresh shot clock to work with now, do the Chiefs. Smith absolutely riding Randy Stotts, and he's going to get called for it. 6 attackers on the floor. Dane Smith to Lyle Thompson. Jackson in behind the net. Lyle, shot stopped. Goes into the corner. Chiefs will recover. Got the reset. Here's Dane. And the whistle's gonna go. And a hold and a cross-check. Motion there by the official. There was already a delayed penalty on the floor, and I think they called a Six Nations player. And it's going to be Lyle Thompson.
Yep, Lyle Thompson got the penalty for the illegal cross-check after the delayed penalty. So after all that, we end up still staying even, and the ever so rare 3-on-3 lacrosse. You thought there was a lot of space out there on the floor for 4-on-4. Just wait till you see what cooks up here with 3-on-3 lacrosse.
Let's see what they can do. Will Malcolm trying to cut around. Wilson inside shot, scores! 3-on-3, Brad Cree is sitting on Will Malcolm. But the Shamrocks have taken a 2-1 lead.
This is where speed kills. The clear, distinct advantage goes to the offense. And look at Malcolm. He gets topside on his defender. Cree, great pick. And Priolo comes over to the slide to help Cree out. But because it's 3-on-3, look at all the space. There's the double. And Casey Wilson gets his first goal of the Mann Cup. As he sees daylight, takes it and cashes in.
Looked like an end around from a wide receiver with the amount of speed Will Malcolm came across with. So the Rocks have taken the lead. It's 4-on-3 here for the next 35 seconds. Longboat plays pitch and catch, backhand pass. Smith looking for some space. Quick stick, scores! Eli McLaughlin. The Liger ties it at 2.
Patrick last game picks up another goal here. 4-on-3. You think Six Nations basically score at will on the power play. You give them a 4-on-3 chance. Look at all this time and space. It's a slow change. We'll see them get working the ball here. And now you've got one of the best playmakers in the history of the game in Dane Smith. He's going to play a little catch and pass. Gets down to that crease with the behind-the-back feed from Longboat. Boom. Quick stick from Eli McLaughlin. There is no way he was missing that one.
Well, you think for Dane Smith and the amount of assists he had for the Buffalo Bandits this past year, 101 on the ledger during the regular season.
Holds the record.
What a facilitator.
Yeah, holds the record for most assists in a single season. He's just unbelievable how good his vision is.
And he's got the ball back here. Cody Jamieson over for Randy Stotts. Stotts finds some space. Try to quick stick again. This time to Jackson, but Jackson unable to hit the net.
A great job by McLean to pick that off, and DeChico's got numbers here with Victoria.
DeChico scores! My, oh my, the Guelph native. Trent DeChico goes 5-hole on Doug Jamieson.
DeChico streaking down the floor, unloads, and I almost feel like maybe Doug Jamieson didn't think this one was coming. He's set, he plants his feet, completely fooled. Goes right through the wickets of Jamieson. DeChico is second of the game. That's a point a game now for the defender in the Mann Cup.
What an unbelievable Mann Cup he has had. And it continues here in game number 3. Steve Priolo with the ball. The Chiefs down by 1. 4-on-4 for the next 25 seconds. Nunko Thompson can't get around his man. Still has it. Too far there for Longboat. Longboat will get it here. Trying to get away from Messenger. And the shot clock's going to expire. No space whatsoever there for the Chiefs.
And we're seeing a fair share of defenders have the green light to have a little stay and play. We saw Priolo for a few shifts, now Nungo Thompson. We also did see that in game number 2.
Wilson shot, that's ripped wide, and it'll go all the way back.
And continuing that thought there, it's a big reason A, trying to give a breather for a lot of these forwards. They collect a lot of minutes, but two, they got to be aware of how quick the transition game has been for Victoria. I thought they did a good job taking that away in game 2. That's why Six Nations are a big reason why they were successful.
Cole with a shot. That goes high. And Eli McLaughlin will pick it up. Eli turns back around. Turnaround shot goes high and wide. Smith to Thompson. His pass inside is going to be blocked, and it's going to go back the other way. Thompson trying, or rather McLaughlin trying to take away some of that space from Preston and McLean.
That's 2 great shifts by McLean, back-to-back, knocking down passes. McLean's a big body, more of a stay-at-home defender, but showing off he's not afraid to join the rush after a big turnover.
Jesse King looking, gets inside, takes the shot. It goes down low, and it misses the net completely. Jeremy Thompson gets tackled, and it will be Chiefs ball after all that. Here's Cody Jamieson. Holds on to the ball. Can't get around Jay. He'll just leave it back here for Jackson. Randy Stotts loses his footing, loses the ball, trying to knock it away. But DeChico is in there battling with Randy. And the Shamrocks will come away with it. Messenger on the near side with it. Holds on. Up top here for Casey Wilson. Chris Wardle. Edwards checking on him. Wardle backhand pass, shot! Messenger scores! Or rather, that was Will Malcolm.
Talk about making an impact immediately. Not even out of the first period. Malcolm with a goal and an assist, and Messenger getting involved there as they take that ball there. First goal as a Victoria Shamrock, Will Malcolm. Yeah, that's going to make New West lacrosse fans a little sick hearing that, but a little sick watching that too, because that was a filthy behind the back feed and an even better finish if you're cheering for the Shamrocks.
So the Rocks get on a bit of a run to start things off. 2 straight goals, and they have a bit of momentum on their side with 2 and change to go here in the first. Bomberry knocked down, and the whistles are flying here at the ILA, and Tyson Bell and Bennett Smith having words. Temperatures continuing to boil here at the Mann Cup.
Bennett Smith has been public enemy #1 all series long. That one was behind the play, didn't have a chance to see what happened, but he has been a pest, no doubt. Oh, that is a low hit right on the back of Bomberry. And you can see Priolo and Bell both making sure Smith knew that is not going to fly. I think Smith might have to answer the bell before this series is over. He's a tough customer. He's the epitome of a pest. I love his game, don't get me wrong, but there's a good chance we might have to see him answer for some of those antics at some point.
So a power play here for the Chiefs. Looking to cut the deficit to 1. Shot there from Randy goes high and wide. 15 on the shot clock. Ripped right into a body, and the Rocks will get it shorthanded. Up the floor comes Jay to Jesse King. All alone, and he misses. Tried to go over the shoulder, but he went high. And now the whistles are flying, and there's going to be a penalty again.
Yeah, they're quickly having an official, or the officials having a chat quickly here. I do know we got the illegal substitution here. Is the discussion maybe they were trying to figure out if it took away a scoring opportunity, but it does not, as it's just going to be a penalty here. So it's going to be 4-on-4 once again. We've seen a lot of 4-on-4. We've seen 3-on-3.
The whistles are getting a workout. So too many players on the floor for Six Nations. Will Malcolm trying to go short side, and he gets thrown into the boards. He is down, and Steve Priolo is going to get a penalty here. And the profanities are flying on the ILA floor right now. And the fans are not having a fun time, if they're fans of the Six Nations Chiefs at least.
Looks like Will Malcolm slow to get up. He's up. And the officials will once again have a chat. Going to be a 4-on-3 power play coming up here. And that's going to be a 5-minute for boarding after the discussion. So now not only are you down 2 men, as they only have 2 up on the clock right now.
Yeah, that'll be changed. There we go.
There you go. There's the 5 up there. So now not only are you down 2 men, trailing 2, but you're also without Steve Priolo, one of your top, not only defenders, but top penalty killers as well.
This is a huge opportunity for the Victoria Shamrocks. Marshall King inside, sends a shot on goal, stopped there by Jamieson.
Great save by Jamieson, but that was a beautiful rotation on the penalty kill. Great slide there from Rubish to force that quick shot.
Dane Smith slowing it down a bit here. He'll just hold on to the ball. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Eli McLaughlin getting held up. There's a shot by Smith. It'll be stopped by Origlieri. He'll hold on to it and bring it up the flooring. Here to bring it up the floor, rather, is Trent DeChico. 2 goals on the night.
Don't let him shoot from the parking lot. He's buried from all over.
Wilson inside. Malcolm can't get the shot away. And here come the Chiefs back the other way. 30 seconds to go in the period. Travis Longboat gets it over for Shane Jackson. Also on the floor is Randy Stotts, trying to get away from his man. He's got the ball here now. 15 left in the period, 5 on the shot clock. Randy will feed it in. Backhand pass trying to find Jackson. He's not going to get to it. Now a quick potential buzzer beater here. Here come the Shamrocks. Over. King rips it wide. And that'll end the period. 5-on-3 to begin the second period, but a big, big problem for the Six Nations Chiefs with Steve Priolo serving a 5-minute major. There's 3 minutes and 27 seconds left on that one. And for the Six Nations Chiefs, they went back and forth with the Victoria Shamrocks, but Chris Wardle and Will Malcolm getting a couple of late ones to give them a 4-2 lead. And what a period for the Rocks.
You described the 2 players coming into the lineup tonight with Malcolm and Messenger as game changer as well. Malcolm with a goal and an assist and a real spark plug on offense. Messenger getting an assist, but he's been a beast on defense as well.
Shane Jackson and Eli McLaughlin scoring for the Six Nations Chiefs. And we're going to go floor side now. Daryl's got somebody from the Chiefs. All right, sounds like we're having some technical difficulties with Daryl's mic. We're going to throw it a break. When we come back, myself and Pat will take you through the first intermission. Stay with us. This is Game 3 coverage of the Mann Cup, live on Rogers TV. Welcome back inside the Iroquois Lacrosse Arena. First intermission here in Game 3 of the Mann Cup. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire here up top in the ILA. And Pat, what a statement for the Victoria Shamrocks in that first period.
You really could feel a jolt of life, of energy, based off the two players that they got in the lineup. In Will Malcolm, who's got 2 points, and Mike Messenger, who's just been a beast in all aspects of the game. And everyone fed off it. Trent DeChico, in my opinion, one of the best players in this entire series so far. He picks up a couple of goals. And, of course, we can't understate how well the goaltender in Chris O'Riglieri has been playing as well. But, as we know, Six Nations, super powerful offense. They just need to get back to what was working in game number 1, where they really started to exploit some of the defensive deficiencies.
One thing that I did notice here in that first period, Pat, and it was something that they tried to go back to later on in the period. We'll take a look at the goals first here. Shane Jackson was able to go from long range to score that one. That was the first goal of the game for the Chiefs. That tied it at 1.
Yeah, this one was a beauty. Will Malcolm draws that double team and finds Casey Wilson on the back end, scored his first goal of the Mann Cup. This one there, another power play marker, as it was just too much time, too much space, as Eli McLaughlin scores his 4th goal of the Mann Cup. Special teams, whether it's shorthanded or power play, or even in transition, as DeChico scores his 2nd goal from the wrong side of the floor, but I'm reluctant to say wrong, because when you can grip it and rip it like that, you can shoot from anywhere.
The one goal that I want to point out there, it was the Dane Smith feed in tight, those quick sticks. I felt like the Chiefs had a lot of success with that in game number 2, and that's what helped chase Origlieri from the game. Is it that they're not going to it enough here in game 3, or is that Victoria maybe taking away some of that space?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the fact of the matter is that with all the penalties, I think it's really hard for Six Nations to get into flow offensively. There's a little too much 4-on-4, penalty killing, power play. We're not seeing as much settled 5-on-5, and when that happens, the offense is a little bit out of a group. We're also seeing a lot of defensive players play out the Odor. Brian Cole, he enters the lineup for Larson Sundown, so he's taking a little more offensive rep. Just, they seem a little disjointed, and I think a big reason is because of the flow of the game with all the penalties. But you bring up a great point. I feel like Victoria's still playing aggressive on ball. They just have that backside help. That's something that they've been able to do, whereas last game I felt like they were all too spread on the floor. They allowed the ball movement of Six Nations dictate the pace. And we go back to game 1. Will Malcolm, after he was interviewed, he said, we were worried more about ourselves. We dictated the play. We didn't react to how Six Nations played. I feel like they're doing that again here tonight.
How do you feel Origlieri has played in terms of his bounce back after being pulled in game number 2?
I'm almost reluctant to say it's a bounce back, because I thought he still was great. I just felt his defense maybe left him out to dry. It's a long series. They gave him a break, allowed Dunker to come in, maybe change up the momentum, but he's been great. One thing he's doing much better than he did in game 2 is seeing those outside shots, and that's another thing Victoria's doing. They're not overextending, challenging too much for those shooters. They're trusting their goaltender to make the saves that he wants to see, and that's been a great recipe for success in the first 20.
Last question before we go to break, Pat. What's the message going into the second period for the Six Nations Chiefs? What is John Tavares, if he's saying anything at all, what is he saying in that locker room right now?
Listen, guys, the whistles are out. The first 2 games, a lot went by. The refs allowed us to play a little more freely. They're putting their whistles away. It's called tighter. We have to adjust to our game. Don't throw that extra hack. Don't throw that extra shot behind the play. Play within the game. Adjust to the officials, because 5-on-5, if they play like they played last game, they should be able to handle this game. Do not allow this young Victoria team to A, use their young legs, and B, get some momentum on the special teams.
It's a 2-goal lead for the Victoria Shamrocks. They have a 5-on-3 to look forward to after this. The second period upcoming on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is Game 3 coverage of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to Game 3 of the Mann Cup, getting set for the second period. It is now underway live at the ILA. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire here up top at the ILA. A 5-on-3 to start the second period, an abbreviated one at that. Just 4 seconds left on it. Jesse King keeps it in play, but here comes Tyson Bell up the other way. Finds Cody Jamieson out of the box, sends a shot, blocked by King.
Great hustle play all over the floor, recognizing that Cody Jamieson was going to pop out of the bench. Tyson Bell picks up that loose ball. But how about the hustle play from the captain of Victoria, able to come back, and that's going to be a moving pick, as Cody Jamieson feels like Mike Messenger may have embellished that one there.
Still 2:40 to go in the 5-minute penalty, as Victoria will move it around. Marshall King plays pitch and catch there with his brother. Jesse back to Marshall, backhand pass, shot, that one's blocked. Tyson Bell with an extra hack there on Casey Wilson. He keeps that ball in front of him and it doesn't reach Doug Jamieson. King, the two Kings playing around with the ball. Jesse, back inside, shot, scores, Casey Wilson. Power play goal, it's 5-3.
This is just a fine piece of man-up lacrosse, as we'll see the two Kings play a little pass and catch up the top. But Casey Wilson really coming to life in this game. As you can see, Bell gets that hard pick on his back from Wilson, and Wilson with his second goal of the game. Here's going to be a great look. So here's that seal, little quick pop, and the slide on the back end's not quick enough.
So 5-2 is the score, and because it's a major, the power play continues here for Victoria. They have struck once, they'd like to strike gold twice. Jesse to Marshall.
Watch to see they'll do the same thing again, but probably throw a little bit of a tweak in there. As I say that, here comes the outside shot.
Marshall to Jesse. Tried to go down low, but Jamieson was there. Up the floor for Nunko Thompson. He holds onto the ball. 1:30 left in the penalty. That one goes too high. It skips on Longboat, and Bennett Smith is going to pick it up. Tyson Bell going back on defense. Smith will get it into the corner and go off for a change. Marshall King to Wilson. Back in the corner there is Clark Peterson. In tight, trying to find Peterson on the back door was Malcolm, but unable to get a clean look. Bell, too far there for Cole. It'll be picked up here by Kyle Rubish. Brian Cole now with it. Surveys the scene, holds on to it, gets it over for Dane Smith, fresh off the bench. 40 seconds left in the 5-minute major. Up top, grabbed there by Origlieri, and he'll just send it up here for Mike Messenger. Over to the far side. Casey Wilson on the floor. He's got it here for Marshall King, for Jesse. Back to Marshall. They go back and forth. Back to Jesse. Back to Marshall. Takes a shot. That one's blocked. Rebound's going to be picked up here by Brendan Bomberry, and up the floor to Smith. Dane Smith up over, shot there by McLaughlin. Tried to go 5-hole, but Origlieri was there.
He runs through Cree, so he's not able to pick up that loose ball. Great heads-up play by Cree to jump up and grab that loose ball.
Cree holding on to it. Back to 5-a-side. Six Nations trying to suffocate inside here. Lyle Thompson, stutter step, over, shot stopped. Eli McLaughlin denied by Origlieri.
Great bench seal, set play by the Chiefs, just unable to convert as Shane Jackson.
McLaughlin overshot, and it's underneath Origlieri.
Jackson again with another chance, but good job by Lloyd to close that gap, get to hands, and kind of jam up Jackson. Wasn't able to get that full wind up.
Wardle on the near side, back over for Marshall. Peterson got it over. Wardle with it here again. Into the corner, inside, shot by Peterson, stopped by Jamieson. Losing track of the ball there was Jeremy Thompson, and Victoria will pick the ball right back up. Good presence there from the Shamrocks.
Yep. Not quite the hustle play, more of a heads-up play by Clark Peterson to pick up that loose ball, recognize the miscue.
Looking for the quick stick. Malcolm's going to pick it up here. Will Malcolm inside, trying to find Wardle, was knocked away. Loose ball, and it's in behind the goal, and Kyle Rubish is just going to pick it up here. About 5 minutes gone here in the second period. 5-2 Victoria. Martin will leave it here for Dane Smith. Longboat. Goes over for Cody Jamieson. Tries to get around Jay. Jay getting his right arm in there. Jamieson still with it. Sends a shot on goal. And now some more pushing and shoving as Jamieson is going back and forth. He and Messenger having a few extra words. Preston will get it ahead. Malcolm with some speed. Down to the near side. He'll just go into the corner. Waits for his mates to get set up. Gets it over. There's a shot stopped by Dougie. Good protection there by Brad Cree. Priolo up for Shane Jackson. Jackson inside trying to find Bomberry. He's got it here again. 15 on the shot clock. Randy Stotts. Someone loses a stick. Gets it right back. Bomberry meantime with it, or rather, this is McLaughlin. Shot stop, rebound inside, and stepped in the crease, did Bomberry. They're looking for their chances, our Six Nations, but they're just not getting a lot of space to use it.
No, they're getting to the middle of the floor, not settling for those outside shots quite as much as they were in that first period.
Malcolm getting mobbed there by Jeremy Thompson. Gets thrown down, but still has the wherewithal. Backhand pass, turning back around, and Doug's going to get it, but there's going to be a cross-checking penalty upcoming here. And yet again, it's going to be a power play here for Victoria.
Another illegal cross-check penalty, something that maybe was a bit of a focus call with the RIC and the other officials on the floor here tonight. Thompson's going to sit down as Victoria has another opportunity here to extend that lead.
Marshall and Jesse go back and forth. To and fro they go. Jesse to Marshall, too far for him. He'll pick it right back up. He gets knocked right down by Brad Cree. Inside shot, that one stopped by Dougie. And now more whistles are flowing as Clark Peterson gets back up, and it looks like there's going to be another penalty coming here.
It's actually the trail official who calls this one. Two officials in the offensive zone, and Brad Cree's not moving as he's trying to make his case. And it's the far official, once again, as mentioned. I think this is the right call. The two close near officials have it down just for a possession call, and it's the trail official who makes the call. Don't know if I love that one.
A minute 30 on a 5-on-3. Jesse King, backhand pass, over, shot, that one misses high. And Jesse King will pick it back up. In tight, quick stick, that one stopped. Loose ball is going to be picked up here by Priolo. 12:20 to go here in the second. Priolo can't get around Jesse. Still with it, gets a chop at him. But Steve is calm, cool, and collected there in the corner. Priolo gets dragged knocked down into the crease. The fans looking for a call, but they're not going to get it. Jesse in for Marshall, stopped by Doug Jamieson. Will Malcolm will pick it up. Jesse over. Malcolm back to Jesse King. The captain over. Back to Malcolm. Stopped on the short side. Rebound. Another one is stopped by Dougie. And moving up the floor are the Chiefs. Looking for some space is Eli. Shot stopped by Origlieri. Bennett Smith now with the ball. He'll just turn back around and go to the bench. Jesse King didn't see the trail man coming in Justin Martin. Will Malcolm finds his man. Malcolm back over. Shot by Marshall King rather. And that stopped. Long stretch pass. Martin can't get it. Now over for Eli, and he missed.
Bit of a scramble play there, Marcus. Beautiful feed from the crease from Nungo Thompson. Wasn't able to connect initially with Martin, but McLaughlin, we saw how gorgeous was that goal off the quick stick, off the missed pass from him last game. Almost did magic once again.
Absolutely. Cole pickup knocked down right there in the crease. And now a knockdown there. Loose ball in front. Too far. And all the way back it goes.
Mark, I'll be honest, I missed that when I was seeing Tim Edwards hustle so hard to the bench to try to get Jamieson off the bench. He does, but unfortunately down the play.
Just a bit of a scramble play. Doug trying to get it out. It was knocked down by a Victoria player. There's a shot from distance by the young man in DeChico. It's blocked in front, and here they come back the other way. These hustle plays from Victoria are really making their mark here tonight. Longboat looking around, shot scores! Travis Longboat makes it a 2-goal game. It's 5-3.
Longboat, who is a true X factor in game number 1, had 2 goals, 2 assists, was held pointless in game 2. If he can start heating up, would be good news for Chiefs fans, as there's not much going there. A nice simple play comes around top side. Lyle Thompson sets the hard seal, and no one comes to Longboat, so he's going to let that one fly. Beats Origlieri through the wickets.
14 goals during the regular season. He was 3rd on the team in that category, behind Lyle Thompson and Austin Stotts. Cole pickup, turning back around. In for Wardle, shot stopped by Dougie.
You could really feel the energy in the building picking up. That was a huge juice goal. It was Longboats, the former Six Nations Junior B Rebel, getting the fans on their feet.
Dane Smith inside, outside, sent the shot high. Rebound picked up by Six Nations. Randy Stotts. 5 on the shot clock. Shot stopped there by Origlieri. Up the floor, finding Wade in transition. Here come the Shamrocks back the other way as they elect to settle down and get some fresh legs on.
Not sure if Six Nations seeing something. They're now starting to target that 5-hole on Origlieri.
Cutting around, Jesse King, shot stopped. Rebound will go in behind the goal. Wardle is in there, but it's going to be taken here by the Chiefs. Brad Cree holds on to it, gets it down low here. Longboat finds Lyle Thompson. Longboat still with it. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Lyle. Lyle has some space created. That's blocked. Rebound picked up here by the Chiefs. They got to get it away. Longboat shot stopped by Iroquois. And the whistle's going to go. And the Chiefs will get the ball right back.
Yep, rare miscue from Pacheco. As he picks up that loose ball, runs back into the crease. Possession goes with Six Nations now.
Thompson looking, shooting, and it gets in behind Iroquois. Knocked loose there by Smith. It's up and high, and it'll be Chiefs ball with a fresh 30 to work with. Shane Jackson on the far side. Dane Smith cuts around, takes a stick up high, no call, shot into the crease, and Smith electing to plead his case, but he goes to the bench. John Tavares is up in arms. Jesse King into the corner. 7:15 to go here in the second. It's a 2-goal game. Jesse King gets knocked down, gets right back up though. Jesse over, shot, stopped. And the shot clock actually is going to expire. They're going to say it did not get a piece of Dougie. Edwards back, transition over, inside, backhand pass, and Iroquois will take possession. End to end we go. The whistle's going to go, and a slashing call coming here against Victoria.
Could be Lloyd sitting down for 2 or less for the slash, but how about that shift from Tim Edwards? Just suffocating defense, able to stop that chance, kill the 30 seconds off, and then push it up in transition. Thought it was a bit of a force from Longboat, but it ends up working in their favor as they draw a penalty out of it.
Six Nations with the power play as they try to build some momentum here. Smith to Lyle Thompson. Thompson in for Longboat. Longboat shot, scores! It's a 1-goal game. Longboat has another one. It's 5-4.
See, Jackson gets upended by Messenger. Lyle Thompson, look at all the attention he draws, but that is a goal scorer's goal. Makes it look like he's going far side on Iroquois, and he tucks it on that near side pipe. His 6th goal of the Mann Cup. And Longboat, once again, injecting even more electricity into this building.
Victoria with the ball here. Their lead has been cut to 1. Six Nations have scored the last 2. Marshall King inside trying to find Peterson, and now a breakaway. Lyle Thompson one-on-one. Marshall trying to hustle back. That one is in. No, it is not in the net. It bounces on the goal line, and Iroquois keeps it out. Inches away from tying this game was Lyle Thompson.
Absolute, almost worst case scenario for Victoria. As Lyle Thompson down on defense, transition the other way, but Iroquois somehow keeps that ball out of his net.
Rubish got it ahead. Nunko Thompson up the floor. And the whistle from the trailing official. Are they going to say an illegal player?
They are.
Unbelievable. The third one called against the Chiefs here tonight. A 6th player on the floor, and Cody Jamieson will go back into the penalty box. It was Brian Cole coming off of the bench who got possession of the ball, and the trailing official caught it immediately. Jesse King's shot stopped. Rebound scooped up here by Malcolm. Peterson has it here for Jesse King. Backhand pass for Malcolm. Over for Jesse. Inside, trying to find the quick stick. Backhand pass, Malcolm with it now. Back to Jesse King, rips it, it goes off a body. Doesn't hit the net though, so the shot clock doesn't refresh. Tyson Bell up the floor. A bit of a different look on the power play for Victoria, as you don't see Marshall King out there. Will Malcolm taking his spot there. Jackson for Travis Longboat. In tight here for Randy Stotts. Over, shot, scores! Shane Jackson ties it at 5.
Another shorty for Jackson, and it's almost a near identical marker. As Stotts gets that over to Jackson, who once again finds just enough space, a crack in the seam, and it's in and out of the stick quick. As O'Riglieri, no chance, once again exposing the 5-hole are the Chiefs.
Shane Jackson, a 30-goal scorer in the NLL this past season with the Georgia Swarm. Jesse King in tight. We are tied at 5, late stages of the second period. Will Malcolm will shoot it wide. It'll be scooped up here by the Chiefs. It's on top of the net. An unbelievable turn of events here as Six Nations claws right on back.
And look at that. Shane Jackson completely covered. They're not allowing that same set piece to happen once again.
Yeah, he's getting double teamed there right up top. Smith finds Jackson, and he'll just rip it into the corner and go off for a change.
Six Nations, just when they're on that short, man, they do such a good job working hard off ball. They create space. It's not much space, Mark, but it's enough for a guy like Jackson. And thought we maybe see something here as Rubish and Malcolm are tied up. The officials are going to let that one slide.
Jesse King on the far side. In tight, trying to find Peterson. Will Malcolm won't get to it. 2 on the shot clock, and Pickup's not going to be able to get this one on goal in time as he gets a shot there, and Tyler Biles knocks down Pickup.
They're going to take both, though, Biles and Pickup. Possession will stay with Six Nations.
Well, the officials have not been shy here tonight in sending players to the penalty boxes. So a couple of unsportsmanlikes going either way as Biles gets in an earful on his compatriot in the other box.
Tyler Biles is a tough customer. You talked about the grit inserted in the lineup with Thompson. Biles provides that as well coming in tonight again. Turning
around, Eli McLaughlin takes a shot, stopped, rebound is going to be picked up here by the Chiefs. 4-on-4. Lyle Thompson in, shot as that one stopped by Origlieri. Bennett Smith.
That's a scary, scary thought as a defender, having to get caught on Isle Island with Lyle Thompson. Quick swim move, and you are in absolute deep waters.
Yes, you are. In tight, shot off the shoulder. Jesse King over to the far side. Arthur Miller was in there, or rather, I think that was actually Bennett Smith. No, it was Arthur Miller. Up the floor comes Priolo. Priolo has some space, takes a shot, stopped by Origlieri. Up the floor, stretched up here for Preston. Back for DeChico. What a game he's had. He goes to the bench. The Shamrocks looking to set up here. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second. Will Malcolm finds his man, Casey Wilson. He's got one here tonight. That one's going to be intercepted. And Nunko Thompson's going to move up the floor here for Six Nations. Left here for Dane Smith. Smith on the near side. Takes a couple of shots there from Lloyd. One Chief is down. I think that's Randy Stotts. Peeled over, one-hand shot there from Jackson. Puts it on goal, and Randy Stotts is hobbling his way to the bench. And there's going to be a penalty coming up here against Victoria.
It's not going to be for what transpired on Stotts. I believe it's going to be a hold coming up here. Nonetheless, Chiefs with the extra attacker.
Cody Jamieson in tight. Cody's got it here again. Quick stick shot stopped by Origlieri. And yes, indeed, partner, you're right. A holding call coming here against Victoria.
We'll see Stotts gets tied up with his own player, Jackson. You don't want to see that. So he's still getting attention on that Six Nations bench currently. We'll have to wait and see how that progresses.
43 seconds to go in the period. Dane Smith gets it over. Shot stopped by Origlieri. Fresh shot clock to work here for the Chiefs. 35 seconds to go in the period. Dane Smith takes a look, takes a shot. That one stopped. And the rebound will be controlled here by Trent DeChico. DeChico has to get away from Lyle Thompson, throws it up the floor. And they're not going to call an illegal substitution. They're going to say he got into the bench area in time. Here's Jesse King, 4 on the period, as that one's going to go on goal. Stopped by Doug Jamieson, and that's going to do it here for the second period. A 5-5 game. What a period. Some entertaining play both ways. The Chiefs, they were down by 2. They got a 3 spot on the board. Victoria answers with just the 1. And we're set up for a great finish in Game 3 of the Mann Cup.
A 3-gate goal run by Six Nations not only provided maybe a little bit of confidence back into that offense, but also a ton of life, a ton of juice inside this barn. There's a couple of big goals from Longboat, the hometown boy, really getting this crowd all fired up.
Casey Wilson is floor side with Daryl Smart. We're going to send it down to him. Daryl.
Mark and Patty, got Casey Wilson here with us. He's got a couple tonight. First period, you guys seem to have a lot of momentum come your way, and of course, just you knew the punch would come back, the counter punch from the Chiefs. What can you guys do in this third period to get that momentum back?
The first period we came out really hot. Obviously, the new guys in the lineups kind of gave us a spark there. In the third period, looking forward, we're tied right now, and going into the third period tied with these guys is something we can ask for. One period, anything can happen. We're going to give it our all.
What's been the game plan going into this game after a loss the other day?
It was just ball movement. When we got down, we had some guys who tried to take over the game themselves, and all year we've just been a team. We've been a team the whole year, and we want to get back to what we do best, and that's be a team, swing the ball, move the ball, keep the ball hot, and everyone contribute.
How are you guys able to take advantage of, I know there was a lot of football being watched on Sunday during the off day, but how are you guys able to just kind of recover? Because this is a grind, the Mann Cup is. So how are you guys able to recover, and what were you guys able to do in the off day?
Yeah, it is a grind playing all these games in all this short period of time, but we spent the off time, watching some film and watching football, but more importantly, we did it as a group. We all watched football together, we all watched film together, we got in the boots, got in the ice baths, all this stuff, but again, did it as a team, all together, all as one.
Thank you very much. Good luck the rest of the way. Back to you, Mark and Patty.
It's 5-5 going into the third period. Me and Pat will have the second intermission for you. Stay with us. This is Game 3 coverage of the Mann Cup live on Rogers TV. welcome back to Game 3 coverage of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. It's 5-all, Shamrocks and the Chiefs. Mark Perry, Pat Gregoire up here at the top of the ILA. And let's take a look quickly at some of the goals from that second period of play. And really for this second period, Pat, the Six Nations Chiefs, I think they've kind of really answered the bell when it comes to they had a little bit of momentum taken away from them in the first. They grabbed it right back there in the second.
Almost, it was immediately that we felt like maybe the game was shifting towards Victoria. They get a goal early in that second, as we'll see on the power play here. This is just a beautiful cut, pick and cut from Wilson. They score on the power play. Just special teams has been so important, but you mentioned it. Here's the reply. It's the X factor for Six Nations game number 1. Longboat gets a great goal off that seal from Lyle Thompson. And this is perfect ball movement. Once again, this time Longboat gets the feed and buries it, and almost a carbon copy goal from the shorthanded goal that Jackson scored in the first. He gets another one there. That's how we stand at 5-5. Special teams, transition, you name it. These teams are finding ways to score because 5-on-5, the defense and the goaltending has been so good. These teams have to find a way to score away from settled offense.
Touch on the goaltending there a little bit. I feel like Doug Jamieson, and you were kind of talking about it during the commercial break, it feels like he's having a really great game 3 here.
I really feel like in that second period, after that power play marker he let in, he really shut the door. One thing I noticed in his game as well, he's starting to really control rebounds, which is allowing his defense to come in, pick up those loose balls, and start the transition the other way. A couple of goals in that first period I think he probably wants back, but it almost seems like as soon as that first goal in the second period goes by him, he locks down the door and has allowed his team to get back into this game. Now we're tied 5s. That's just the luxury that Six Nations have. 2 elite goaltenders that they've been able to lean on through 3 games. And oh yeah, their third stringer, also Dylan Ward, another world-class goalie.
I don't think we're going to see him in this series. You never know, though.
It is the Mann Cup. Yeah. Expect the unexpected.
Absolutely. And, one guy we haven't really talked about enough in this game suddenly leads scoring for this game in Dane Smith.
Well, I mean, Dane Smith he's an absolute assassin. He's one of the best playmakers the game really has ever seen. During the season, in the regular season, we saw him more as a transition player, somewhere where he started his National Lacrosse League career. But obviously, they've found a need for him to join more of the offense since the playoffs started. And boy, what a difference maker he's been. This game, though, he's really asserted his dominance. He settles down that offense. We think, Lyle Thompson, a little bit of a quieter game for him. I think that's kind of opened up space for Dane Smith to get back to being that real facilitator with the ball. But that just goes to show you. I said it when we talked about Eli McLaughlin. No points or just the assist, I believe, in game number 1. There's so many studs on offense. There's only one ball they have to share, and that's what makes this Six Nations team special. Not just the names, the ability that all these superstars are able to buy in, listen to Coach Tavares, listen to that coaching staff, buy in, and really realize that the most important thing is not their stats, it's winning another Mann Cup.
Who's going to be the game breaker coming out into the third period? Stay with us. This is live coverage of Game 3 of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Welcome back to Game 3 coverage of the Mann Cup here on Rogers TV. Special shout out to wherever you are watching around the country and around the world, whether it is on Rogers TV, Cable 14, everywhere out west. To our friends in British Columbia, we say, how do you do? Third period about to get set. 5-on-4 to start the third. The Chiefs will begin this on the power play. We are tied at 5. Messenger will lose the draw to Edwards, and we are underway with Brian Cole with the ball. Looking for a game breaker here in Game 3. Cole for Cody Jamieson. Turns back around, has a bit of space, gets it over, shot. That one's going to go missing. All the way back it goes, and it's a loose ball. It'll be picked up by Cody, but that is going to be an end to the shot clock, and Victoria will pick it up.
And in all likelihood, unless a great defensive play is made by the Chiefs, probably going to chew up this power play as well.
Trent DeChico on the ball, just right in front of us here. Justin Martin keeping an extra eye on him.
You mentioned our viewers in BC. You want to specifically mention the folks back in Victoria at Brown's Social House. We got their Mann Cup viewing party each and every night for the Mann Cup.
You know, this isn't a one of those, you know, sponsored kind of talks from myself, but Brown's Social House, they got some really good food. Try the fettuccine.
Good to know.
Dane Smith rips and he scores! Smith puts a little oomph on that one, and the Chiefs have the lead.
Dane Smith, elite playmaker, but we cannot forget this guy can rip the rock as well. Perfect shot right on the hip, on the stick side of O'Riglieri. Little give and go. Bam! The great Dane with an absolute snipe to give the Chiefs a 6-5 lead.
The great Dane gets on the board with his second of the game. Brendan Bomberry will leave it back here for Shane Jackson. Jackson trying to cut loose. Great knockdown there by Messenger. Cody getting on his horse. Messenger. Cody Jamieson protecting him, separating him, and Doug Jamieson.
And that right there in a snapshot is why Victoria added Messenger for plays like that.
Moving in, Malcolm's shot, that one stopped. Tyler Biles will scoop it up. Here comes Jeremy Thompson one-on-one. He's just gonna turn back though. Good awareness there by Jeremy. He's just gonna go to the bench.
And great hustle by Victoria to recognize the turnover, get hard to the bench, not allow that to turn into an odd man chance.
Here's Lyle Thompson, takes a shot. It's blocked before it reaches the net. Eli McLaughlin into the corner. Cole takes a shot, stopped by Origlieri. Rebound picked up by Lyle Thompson. Eli McLaughlin now. Turns back around, gets inside. Cole trying to go down low, and Origlieri was there.
Don't think enough people talk about how criminally underrated Brian Cole is in the offensive zone. He's a guy that you can just pick and pluck, put anywhere on the floor, and he's so effective.
Marshall King gets it over inside. Chris Wardle, he can't retrieve it. 5 on the shot clock. Priolo and Bomberry mobbing their man in behind the net. And Arthur Miller has to just scamper off to the bench. Randy Stotts, fresh off the bench here is Travis Longboat. Far side here for Randy Stotts. Muscles his way through, takes a shot, stopped. Rebound is going to be scooped up here by Victoria. DeChico rushing up the floor. He gets by the Great Dane. DeChico was thinking about that long-range shot where he's had some success here tonight, but he retreats.
Smart play, get it to the offense, allow them to get a full possession here.
Peterson takes one up high, still has it. Peterson in to the corner. He was looking for a pick, but there's no stick there. Justin Martin, he'll go off to the bench. Six Nations 6, Victoria 5 here in game 3. Glad you can join us. Into the corner. Randy Stotts takes a couple of hacks. He's still got it. Loses the ball, and Iroquois is going to pick it up. And Randy has a couple of extra words there and behind the goal with Ryan McLean.
Once again, Bennett Smith, outstanding defensive coverage.
Here's Arthur Miller. Finds Marshall King. Marshall scoops it back to Miller, takes a shot, it's blocked in front. 5 on the shot clock, that one's sent wide of the goal. It hits the mesh on the side of the net. Stretched up here for Tim Edwards. Cole back here for Jackson. Dean Smith now on the floor too. Lyle Thompson. Longboat gets it over to Jackson. Jackson fakes the shot, has to turn it back. Longboat kicks a shot. And Iroquois with the save. Peterson in the corner, gets it up for Wilson. Chris Wardle for Wilson. Cutting back around, gets around Biles. Peterson pushes him right back into him. Here comes Wilson, though, takes a shot, it misses high. Malcolm can't get the shot away, and the rebound will be picked up here by Six Nations.
Once again in this third period, we saw it last game, Six Nations just amplifying the intensity on defense, just completely covering Victoria's offense like the plastic on grandma's couch.
Lyle Thompson gets inside, takes a shot, it's stopped by Iroquois. You ever fall asleep on grandma's couch with that plastic on?
Oh, very uncomfortable.
Very much so. Here's Marshall King on the near side. Miller got it back to Marshall. To the far side. King, shot, stopped by Dougie. They're trying to go low on him again, but Dougie's been there.
Not only making the save, holding on to the rebound, not able to get any extended possession. That's one thing Victoria had so much success in game 1. We're not seeing it since then.
Cole for Smith. The Great Dane got it inside, and knocked down there was Randy Stotts. It'll be Chiefs ball here in the corner. Jackson peels up top, and a turnover here for Victoria. Rushing up the floor, Trent DeChico with the ball. He'll just go off for a change, waiting for his mates to get set up. Jesse King. Great defense there from Kyle Rubish. Jesse looks, shoots, stopped, kicked away. Martin trying to knock it away from Jesse King, and the whistle's going to blow, and Victoria is going to get a fresh look at this ball. Perhaps
this is the extended possession they've been looking for.
Malcolm just missed there. Pick up to Peterson. Peterson, as Tyson Bell is all over him, knocks the ball loose. Great job there by Bell to get that ball away from Peterson. Eli McLaughlin leaves it here for Lyle Thompson. Wilson goes after McLaughlin, leaves a bit of space for Lyle. Smith for Jamieson. Jamieson shot's gonna miss the net, and Iroquois will look to outlet it. First of 3 games in 3 days for these two teams. They got the rest yesterday. Tuesday, Wednesday will be games 4 and 5. Same place, same channel, and same time. Turning back around is Wardle. Wardle finds Marshall King, puts a shot on net. It was kicked away by Dougie. It remains in play. And hobbling to the bench is Cole Pickup. As he's going to get checked on. Under 11 minutes to go here in the third. It's a 1-goal game. Wardle looking, shooting, stopped. Rebound is up in the air, and the Chiefs had the ball. Cree played it to an open wing, and he'll just knock it down the floor.
And here's that unrelenting pressure we saw from Victoria in game 1 that allowed them to be successful. Luckily for Six Nations, though, they're able to get that change.
Wardle into the corner for Jesse King.
So not quite as many tired defensive bodies out there for Six Nations.
Wilson can't get around one, finds a bit of space. Wilson can't get it on net. Great job there by Steve Priola to cut it down. Now up the floor, Martin has it. He's got numbers in. Shot, scores! On the transition, it's Randy Stotts.
Great pickup here by Martin. Martin makes it look like he's going to take it to the cage. Instead, he finds Randy Stotts off the bench. And Randy Stotts with his patented push shot completely fools O'Riglieri, goes over the shoulder. And Six Nations has their biggest lead of the contest so far.
7-5 the score with 10-10 remaining. This series is tied at 1. Scooped up here by DeChico. As the fans celebrate Randy Stotts' goal there, his second of the Mann Cup. Turning back around there is Cole Pickup. Pickup shot, that one misses. Remains in play though. Pushing around there was Miller. He knocked down Nunco, and now Biles and Miller having a bit of an exchange there, but they'll go their separate ways.
Another just outstanding, suffocating defensive shift by the Chiefs. Another 30-second shot clock kill.
Cole got it over for Smith. Smith twisting and turning. Longboat can't get the full shot away. Was looking for the quick stick. If he's a lefty on that shot, I think that one goes in.
That great call there, partner. Just an unfortunate bounce. A great play, though, for Longboat to even get that shot off.
DeChico turns around, finds Wilson. Casey Wilson twists and turns, will get it back. Gets it right back, takes a shot that hit iron. As Dougie pats the post. Wilson mobbing Martin, and he gets the ball loose. Peterson.
Still Peterson, I still think he can't believe he didn't score on that last one. It's remarkable that he still hasn't been able to find the back of the net.
Doesn't even have a point in this game. Cree will grab this here for Six Nations.
Just an absolutely terrible thought as an offensive player, having to run the two-man game, going up against Cree and Rubish as they make short work of that one.
Dane Smith up here for Randy. Trying to find Cody Jamieson. He's tied up. Takes a couple of shoves. Ball is loose. It'll be scooped up here by Messenger. Up the floor. He takes a stick in the bush. And there's going to be a penalty coming here against Six Nations. The hand is up. 6 on the floor here for Victoria.
The ILA faithful think that one might have been a little bit of an acting job from Messenger.
Jesse King in for Peterson, takes a shot, it's blocked. And that's gonna do it for the shot clock. So we'll take a look here, and
it looks like the wrap check's there. I don't think it goes up high. As Cody Jamieson letting Brandon Hessen and Andrew Ecclestone know that he strongly disagrees with the call.
so it'll be a power play here for Victoria. Actually offsetting. Cole Pickup's gonna go to the box. Was it something that was said, perhaps right in front of Doug Jamieson after the whistle?
It's a great question, partner, right now. Just waiting, anticipating as they report the penalty over the PA.
Here's Dane Smith, inside shot, stopped by Origlieri.
It's actually a roughing from Pickup, so that must have been behind the play.
Casey Wilson controls the ball, back to Peterson, back to Wilson. For Malcolm, inside trying to find Jesse King, and King couldn't get the shot away. 7 on the shot clock. He holds on to it, it gets knocked loose. Priolo's gonna kick it ahead, and the Chiefs will get the ball here.
Priolo stuffing Jesse King in a locker there. These last 2 games, the third period has just been a different level for this Chiefs defense.
Ooh. Inside shot by Randy Stotts. He was knocked down in transition. The Chiefs will get the ball back here though. 10 on the shot clock. Inside, Brian Cole. Messenger throwing every bit of that big frame toward Brian Cole, and Victoria is going to get the ball here.
Like a middle linebacker, engage 8. Messenger drops his head and comes in for a hard slide here. We're getting an extra attacker here as Victoria's running out of time here.
Peterson up for Jesse. Jesse King with a shot stopped. Rebound, another save. A couple of denials from Dougie Jamieson.
Might have been Jamieson's best sequence of the game so far. One big stop followed by an even bigger one.
Longboat cuts across, 3 left in the 4-on-4. Picked up here by Smith. Smith can't find any room. Long shot there, and Origlieri is gonna pick it up. I'm pretty sure I spammed engage 8 on Madden every time I played though.
Did you even play Madden if you didn't?
Right? I know some that just play the offense.
Oh, that's not fun.
That's not fun at all. Play the whole game. Here's Peterson. Peterson looking, shooting, trying to go 5-hole on Dougie, and it's underneath him. Thompson, bounce pass here. Jackson finds Randy Stotts. Lyle Thompson cutting around inside, was pushed into the crease, had possession. And Victoria is going to pick it up here with 4:25 to go in the third period.
And here comes Origlieri once again, extra attacker.
Looking to press are the Shamrocks. They're down by 2. Jesse King for Peterson. Inside shot, that one misses. Peterson with it, trying to find Wardle on the quick stick. It's gonna be knocked ahead, and Malcolm is knocked down, and there goes Cree as well. The whistle's flying. there once again.
There's the slash on Malcolm, which I think Victoria wanted, as Peterson follows through on that cross check. Once again, though, two officials near the play aren't the ones making the call. It's the trail official.
And it's actually going to turn into a power play here for Six Nations. Not too sure Victoria fans are going to be too thrilled with that after seeing Malcolm go down.
Yeah, the only one called was that cross check on Peterson. So it could be a huge marker here for Six Nations.
Smith backhand pass for Lyle Thompson. Smith waits, gets it over, shot, and that one stopped by Iriglieri. 3:35 to go here in the third. Messenger will move up the floor here for the Shamrocks. He's trying to find a little bit of space, gets it to Jesse King on the far side. Bell on the defense, he presses up high. Knocked down by Kyle Rubish, as it looked like Wilson was trying to find DeChico. Randy Stotts will hold on and scoop it up here for Cole. Jamison finds Stotts. He plays pitch and catch with Longboat. Stotts. Quick stick there. It goes off the side of the goal. And Jackson is hammered into the boards. He'll get right back up. Fresh 30 here for Six Nations. He gets back into position. The heart from Shane Jackson on that one. Brian Cole got it right back. Jamison shot, and that one's in the equipment of Chris Iriglieri.
.25 now, 20 seconds left in this Rocks penalty, so with the extra tacker, we're even, but gotta wait here as Victoria's gotta press.
They really do. Jesse King with a shot. That one's gonna deflect wide. It went off of Rubish, and that'll just be thrown in behind the goal with the shot clock expiring.
Once again, another 30-second shot clock kill.
They're doing their darndest, our Six Nations, to try and take this 2-1 series lead. A slim 2-goal lead here in Game 3. 100 seconds to go in regulation. Some pushing and shoving near the side of the goal, and it's Dane Smith with the ball. The Great Dane trying to find a bit of space, and the whistle's gonna go. It's gonna be a Victoria possession coming up here.
They get a timeout here for Victoria, down 2. A minute 30 to go, a minute 29 to be more specific.
What is Mike Simpson drawing up here?
Bruce Alexander looks like he's the one with the offensive clipboard, talking with his team. You gotta think that Will Malcolm, again, you talked about it early on in this broadcast, such a dynamic player, such a game changer, but not a lot of familiarity. Is he used as a decoy to try to draw something up? You gotta think it's gonna be something quick.
Miller,
maybe a double pick down low, free up something up top, try to take that shot from the top, get something early, because they are still down 2 goals.
what a difference that goal from Randy Stotts has made in making this a 2-goal lead. The last goal for the Rocks came early on in the second period. Wilson can't get possession. Tyson Bell will move it up the floor. A gaping cage for Steve Priolo. He's gonna get tied up though. Priolo moving around, still has it. Iriglieri back to the net, and he makes a save on Lyle Thompson. Loose ball, and Lyle's gonna pick it up here. The Chiefs trying to kill off the last minute of play. And I think they'd just be content to just wind down this last 15 on the shot clock. Cole will hold on to it, playing keep away. And he is just going to pitch that one back. They need it here now. A quick shot. Jesse King up the floor here for Peterson. 25 seconds left in the third. Jesse for pickup for Miller. Look at that defense set up. Backhand pass, Priolo, or rather Rubish knocked it down. Priolo's trying to get it. 8 seconds left to go. Knocked down. The whistle's gonna go. 5 seconds to go. And with a 2-goal lead, a little bit more emotion showed there, as Six Nations are 5 seconds away from taking a 2-1 series lead.
Six Nations calling the timeout to avoid the violation for not getting over in the timeline in time. Victoria's door is open in the penalty box. Thought they were getting charged a penalty. I guess perhaps not. You mentioned that huge goal in transition. Martin finding a streaking Stotts off the bench. That was the insurance marker. And it's been almost a near perfect 40 minutes for Doug Jamieson and this defense, as they're just gonna let time chew off, and they can celebrate taking a 2-1 lead in the Mann Cup.
The final score, 7-5. The Chiefs take game 3. They were down 4-2 after the first. They get a trio of goals in the second, kept Victoria to just 1. That came all the way back at the 18:42 mark of that second period, so just under 2 minutes in. And you mentioned it, partner, since then, Doug Jamieson and this defense held serve, and they hold on for a 2-goal win and take a 2-1 series lead. Player of the game honors about to be acknowledged here at the ILA.
Outscoring Victoria 5-1 in the second and the third. Just defense has just been so stout in these late periods in the last 2 games for the Chiefs.
Trent DeChico is going to get player of the game honors for the Victoria Shamrocks, and why not? He was phenomenal, and you said it on a couple of occasions throughout this Mann Cup. His stock is quickly rising.
Not an investment guy, but I'd be buying all the stock I can in Trent DeChico, because it's just going to continue to soar.
And there's Dane Smith, 4 points. And he'll get player of the game honors here for the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's up to 10 points now in 3 games. You mentioned it in that second period, really elevating his game, taking it to a completely different level.
He led the scoring for the Chiefs in this one here tonight with that 4 spot. Travis Longboat, what a game from him. He and Randy Stotts, both of them with a goal and 2 assists. As it looks like Daryl Smart might be getting ready for a conversation with the player of the game for the Six Nations Chiefs. 2 goals, 2 helpers. The Great Dane is floor side with Daryl Smart. Daryl, take it away.
MVP for the Chiefs in this game. Dane, that was a really tough first period. What did you guys say amongst yourselves in the dressing room after that first period?
We didn't say much. We knew we came out flat. They came out with everything they had. We knew they were going to do that, and you know what? With great teams like that, we can't just show up and expect to be a great team. So We changed it around the second period. Obviously, we took a lot of penalties tonight. We got to change that up. But Dougie Jamieson kept us in our defense all game, and our offense was able to put the ball in the back of the net when it mattered.
Well, you hit A, B, and C on the interview, but what about the honeymoon phase in this series is over, that's for sure. And about the physicality, what have you seen in the Shamrocks that you guys can respond to?
Yeah, I mean, they're an athletic team. They like to push the ball very well. They're a young team, and you know what? These 2-3 games in a row, they're going to come out flying. So we got to make sure we rest up, hydrate, and get ready to go next game.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Dane. Good luck the rest of the way. Thanks. Back to you, Mark and Patty.
Thanks so much, Daryl. And Pat, final thoughts from you. A 7-5 victory for the Six Nations Chiefs.
There's a reason why Dane Smith is one of the most cerebral players in the game. I think he nailed it perfectly. The discipline was kept in check in the second half of that game, but also the fact of the matter is they bought in and they were able to neutralize that athleticism of the young legs of the Shamrocks. They really worked hard to take away the transition opportunities, run hard to the bench, run hard back on defense. He does bring up a great point, though. They do have those young legs. We have 2 more nights in a row. Is the veteran group going to be able to keep up with this group, or is that going to be an advantage that Victoria has going forward? Down just 1 game, Victoria can't be hanging their heads. They're right in this series.
Well, you nailed it, partner. A quick turnaround. This has been fun here on a Monday night. Let's do it again tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
Game 4 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, same place, same channel. Hope you can join us here on Rogers TV, Cable 14, or wherever you are watching or streaming this. For Daryl, for Pat, for everybody putting us on the air tonight, my name is Mark Perry saying so long from the ILA. We will see you here back tomorrow for Game 4.